U.S. labor market, folks. The report is out for August. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, employers added an estimated 142,000 jobs last month. The overall unemployment rate slightly dropped to 4.2% in August from July's 4.3%. Black Americans saw their jobless rate fall to 6.1% from 6.3% in the month prior. This trend was in line with the rate for black men falling to 5.9%. Black women stayed the same at 5.5%. The thing here, Michael, is that Republicans keep whining and complaining about the economy. The fact of the matter is we have never had an economy where you had the unemployment rate this low for this long period of time. And they keep yelling that, oh, my God, the sky is falling, but it's not. And inflation is also dropping as well.
You have 142,000 jobs created over 40 straight months of private sector job growth. Unemployment rate ticked down to 4.2%. And the reason why Republicans are, I mean, when you're the party that tries to rewrite the January 6th insurrection and try to say it's not that bad, when you try to lie about what happened, then it's clear. It's not surprising when you root for a recession to take place. But if you want a recession to happen, let Donald Trump get back in office, because his tariffs are going to create a recession. So this is a healthy economy. It's not a perfect economy. Yes, you still have to continue to attack inflation, go after price gouging, stop the merger of Kroger and Albertson, things of this nature. But when you look at things to boost the economy, attack inflation, things of this nature, Republicans generally have no policies to address that. You're going to get word salad like you did with Donald Trump dealing with child care costs. OK, they have no policies to address this. So we need to continue and understand how the CNBC.com has an article dealing with how Donald Trump's economic policies would increase the deficit 5 times more than Kamala Harris's policies will as well. So this is all tied to who you vote for, and elections have consequences.
You know, Matt, President Joe Biden posted this on his social. They posted it on a social media account. The United States has the strongest post-pandemic recovery in the world. This is the thing that I sort of keep trying to remind people that a thing called a pandemic existed. And so when you look at real GDP recovery, the G7, so again, GDP recovery for the United States, 9.4%. Next highest country is Canada at 5.45%. Italy, 4.7%. You can go on and on and on. You see these various countries. And I know folks in the United States don't give a damn about the rest of the world. But the bottom line is this here. We talk about, I keep telling people there was a thing called a pandemic. And that pandemic was in 2020, was in 2021, it went into 2022. We still are dealing with the after effects of a pandemic. So this idea that it was just going to just snap back is sort of like a bunch of crazy dudes. If a woman gets pregnant, has a child, and they think, oh, her body's going to snap back. That's kind of it. I'm saying that because that's how stupid some people are. I mean, the reality is these things take time. And so we have to understand that these things take time. And folks went, well, things were better before the pandemic. Well, no shit. I mean, yeah, guess what? 1 million plus people died because of COVID. I'm quite sure those families would say, yeah, my loved one was alive before COVID. I mean, that's the thing that probably drives me crazy the most, this idea that, oh, why isn't everything back to normal? Well, guess what? You can go to any downtown in America and you will see things are not back to normal. Why? Because people are not in the office the way they used to. So what's the result of that? Commercial real estate is down. Massive numbers. Also, restaurants and other stores in downtown areas have closed shop or moved to other places because guess what? The people aren't there. And so I just wish Americans would stop being idiotic at times and understand that in order to recover from a 100-year pandemic, it's kind of going to take a little time.
You're 100% right. But first, you're not going to get me in trouble referencing that metaphor you used a moment ago about snapping back.
Well, guess what? I'm going to say it, and it's true. If you're a man and you're like, well, I don't understand why she ain't lost her baby weight, because dumbass, you didn't put the weight on. It's just, no, I'm saying it because people are stupid and act like, well, I don't understand. If a person's had a baby and they gain 40, 50 pounds, they ain't going to lose it in 3 damn days.
Let the record reflect I did not comment on that metaphor. But
I did.
As it relates to this economic issue, I think you're right. And, you know, we talked about this before. The Atlantic ran an article with the headline directly on this about basically people not only having misconceptions about the economy, but even more so having negative feelings about an actually good economy and a recovering economy. And I think you're right. I think, you know, there's not enough value given to the economic effect that the pandemic had, but not only the literal economic effect, the psychological effect, the way we view it. And frankly, you know, to your point, I was telling somebody at lunch today that I have many more clients than I probably ever would have had before the pandemic that I have never met in person, that I've interacted with remotely for whatever reason. That is the new normal in practice. I mean, there are a lot of lawyers that don't have offices. There are a lot of people who no longer get commercial real estate, exactly like you're saying. So the economy is not, I didn't realize it had recovered comparatively as well as it has, but I think that's a really good metric because I think it shows, you know, the effect of good leadership and how that's culminated in a bounce back that most definitely would not have occurred under Mr. Trump.
Yolanda, go.
So I think, Roland, first of all, the pandemic actually created a whole new economy. We were forced to do things remotely that we didn't do before. So now you realize you don't have to pay that overhead for to go to the store, or now I can order my stuff online. So you're going to have to figure out new ways to create commerce because it's just different. It's not going back. That's the first thing I'll say. The second thing I'll say, and I'm going to use this as a personal experience, when I was pregnant with my child, and everybody knows that I'm a fitness freak because I'll be 59 come November, and I know I don't look it. But my nurse—
No, you look 65. Go ahead.
So my nurse said to me at the doctor's office, Yolanda, you didn't gain that weight in a day, and you're not going to lose it in a day. It's going to look like a baby still in there when a baby comes out. And it did take me a while. So you're speaking truth to power, Roland. But I'll also tell you something else that is—
I know I am. Matt just scared.
Too many people are looking to social media for reality when it's false. So people are showing vacations and they're doing this and they're doing that. And people think other people have money that they don't have. And they're projecting that onto their perceptions about how well they think the economy is doing. So I say kudos to President Biden and Vice President Harris because they do have good economic policies, and people just don't know the truth. And I'm going to keep saying this again. That's why I'm so thankful that you're here, because a lot of people listen to you and you break it down in regular people's terms so they can understand, because I don't think most people know what gross domestic product means. You know, they don't know those things, but the economy is doing well. It's doing better than it was, and we need to get President Harris come November 5th.
I definitely agree with what's been said. And unfortunately, most Americans don't understand how the economy works. We've talked about before on the show the company that was sued for price fixing the price of eggs. They were sued for, they had to settle for about $53 million. Then also you had millions of chickens that were killed because they had the avian flu that drove up the price of the cost of chickens as well as eggs. The Ukraine war drove up the price of grain. So a lot of people don't understand, especially when they operate based upon this Donald Trump ideology of America first, don't understand how other things around the world impact the economy here. Okay, it wasn't just COVID. It was the Ukraine war. You have price gouging, but then also the increase in the cost of vehicles, of cars and rental cars because of the shortage of microchips as well. And this is something that the CHIPS Act is
it's called stuff happens that leads to other shit happening that maybe your life ain't the same the way it used to be. And it's called calm your ass down and wait till it come back.
Yep. And not only that, also people have to keep in mind that Donald Trump inherited a healthy economy from the Obama-Biden administration, and he squandered the economy.
Well, I had some Negro from Compton, emailing me, oh man, in the hood, we were doing great. We were killing it under Trump. And I'm like, dumbass. That was because the economy that Obama and Biden handed to him, and let's not forget what economy they were handed by Bush Cheney. So he talking about all Trump did this and did that, and I'm like, what did his ass leave? 16.9% unemployment. I said broke left and right. I'm like, oh, y'all forget. So I love these Simple Simon Negroes and these maggots who want to talk about 2017, 18, and 19 and act like 2020 never happened.
Well, they skip over the 3 government shutdowns in the first 2 years of the Trump administration. They skip over the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan that gave them larger stimulus checks from Biden, Harris than Trump, Pence. They skip over the child tax credit that lifted 1 million African-American children out of poverty because of Biden, Harris, because of the $1.9 American Rescue Plan.
They skip over every damn thing, and it just and they think that this fool
in the House or the Senate voted for that bill either.
And they skip over all his damn bankruptcies. So that's just what they do.
Everything. Visit our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. You can register for the online history classes that I teach. We deal with thousands of years of history. I teach 2 online history classes, Saturdays 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. and Sundays 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays is Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Ma'afa, understanding the transatlantic slave trade, what they didn't teach you in school. And then on Sundays, Black resistance movements, from Christopher Columbus to the Haitian Revolution and the Black Power movement, 1492 to 1968. So we have classes coming up this weekend. Classes on sale, $80. We do the sessions live. All the sessions are archived and recorded. You can go back and watch it any time. We have a bundle pack of courses. You can register for both classes also. I do a PowerPoint presentation. We have book references, articles, video clips. Even after the course is over with, you still have access to the full class. You can go back and watch it anytime. And then Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Ma'afa, understanding transatlantic slave trade. That meets this weekend also. You can we have the course outline here that you can download as well. So it gives you a lesson plan for each class session. There's about 100 articles that we reference. The first class is about 200 slides, 15 books that we reference. You don't have to buy any of the books to follow along in class. Click right here to download the lesson plan also, okay? I show you it's a very visual class, so I show you the excerpts of the books right on the screen, all right? Okay, so the content is PG-13. You can use this with your children as well. I don't do a lot of cursing. It's not overly vulgar or anything like that. It's nothing like that, okay? Let me see.